Hi, everybody. Welcome to It's Bizzy. Here we go. Hi, everybody. Welcome to It's Bizzy. It is episode 584. Wow. Julian's like, oh my gosh. And I'm here today with Julian Tcherassi. Did I say it right?
Tcherassi, yes, that's right.
Tcherassi. And Julian is the founder of Magiktea Tea. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, I'm wearing this color. If you're watching me on YouTube, I'm wearing this blue because it matches the tea. And Julian sent me some of his Magiktea Tea, and I was like, oh my gosh, this stuff is amazing. I'm a huge tea drinker. So since being sober for 19 years, my nighttime ritual is always tea. And it has been for a long time. I love it. Anytime I go somewhere and I find a tea shop, I'm buying tea, Julian. And so when your representative reached out to me, I was like, yes, I want to talk to a new tea maker. And this tea is made with Palo Azul, which is the name for blue wood in Spanish. So, Julian, my first question is, why? What made you found Magic? What was behind all this?
Yeah, so how I discovered it was very randomly. I was just playing in a rock band and the singer told me about it and he showed me the blue color, which maybe you saw already, but it just made me so curious about it because the tea is fluorescent. So when you put it in the light, it turns blue. And I started reading about it, and then I just kind of started learning about polyphenols, which is what gives it that color, and that's also what gives it the benefits. So I just got so infatuated by the history of the tea, like the fluorescence and the health benefits, and started drinking it. That was like 11 years ago, and I just always thought like more people should know about it because every time I showed it to someone, they would be like, how have I never heard of this before? Or that's incredible. Like, why can't you find this at Whole Foods? There's so many healthy teas out there, but this one is just unique because of the fluorescence. And it was hard to find, so I would buy it on eBay and Amazon. Then eventually I decided with that singer to start this project and start looking for a reputable supplier that's organic, sustainable, etc. So we started with the idea to just share Palo Azul in health food stores. And we both loved the tea. We both drank it. It helped him with kidney stones. It helped me in the beginning with urinary pain. And it's used in Mexico as a natural remedy for those things. So that's why he ended up telling me about it. So that's what got me to start Magiktea Tea.
And so you're telling me, from what I just gathered, that if you're in Mexico and you grew up in Mexico and you have a urinary tract infection or you have kidney stones, which I do not get, but I have family members that have, and they say it's so painful, they automatically get this Palo Azul. Is that correct?
And maybe not automatically, you'd have to have like a person that recommended it to you. And it is pretty popular over there. It's still, even in Mexico, like I've met a lot of people from Mexico that have never heard of it. And to me, that's also crazy because it's a tree that grows all over Mexico and they've been drinking it over there for hundreds of years, mainly for kidney health. So the tea is also known as kidney wood for that reason. But yeah, like if you go to a herbal shop and you ask for some type of like natural remedy and you tell them you're suffering with kidney stones, they're probably going to give you Palo Azul or UTIs if you tell them you're suffering with UTIs because that's kind of what it's known for mostly over there for kidney stones. And the majority of the studies are actually on Palo Azul and its properties for the kidneys. Not just even kidney stones, but just kidney health in general.
And I heard you on another podcast last night talking about that it has better health benefits than green tea. Is that correct?
Yeah, I would say they're like different. This tea just happens to have more antioxidants. So from what I've read in studies, they measure like the polyphenol content and the antioxidant capacity in green tea and Palo Azul, and it scores a lot higher. So in polyphenols, it scores like 8 times higher. In antioxidant capacity, also like 8 to 20 times higher, depending on which studies you're looking at. And that's why I would say it has like similar health benefits to green tea, but it also has no caffeine. So for a lot of people, caffeine affects them in some way, sleep wise, most likely, right? and it's zero oxalates, which is another thing that people with kidney stones kind of sometimes I've gotten this a lot actually. People that that suffer with kidney stones, they don't really drink green tea or matcha because of the oxalates. So
What's an
this tea has
oxalate?
Good question. So I had never heard of this before in my life until I started reading about this tea, and then with like the new carnivore movement and stuff, it started getting more popular. So guys like Paul Saladino talk a lot about oxalates, and it's basically plant anti-nutrients, and they're like a defense mechanism that plants use. So they when they look at them with a microscope, they look like spears. You can like Google. I've seen like the pictures, and they look like spears, and that's why they form into like calcium oxalate crystals, which are what form the majority of kidney stones. Like 80% of kidney stones are literally calcium oxalate crystals. So it's calcium binding with oxalates, and then it just accumulates over time. And you won't, you're not going to get a kidney stone if you just eat some oxalates like once or twice. It's just a thing that accumulates over time.
And
So
green tea has these oxalates.
they have a small amount. They have like 20 milligrams, which isn't like a huge concern really. But for people that suffer with them, they avoid it because the daily recommended amount or the daily limit, from what I've read, if you suffer from kidney stones, is they recommend to limit it, the oxalates to like 100 milligrams per day, something like that. So you can still like safely drink green tea. You're never gonna probably suffer from kidney stones. It's just like a one other thing that maybe some people have a concern with. And Palo Azul has zero oxalates. It inhibits calcium oxalate crystal formation, that according to the studies, and that's where I started learning about kidney stones and calcium oxalate crystals.
Okay, because the one thing you didn't mention that I don't like green tea. I think it just tastes bitter to me. I just don't like it. And everybody's like, you should drink green tea. And I'm like, I do not. I mean, every time I get it, I end up throwing it away. I'm like, this tastes disgusting to me. I just doesn't work for me. So were you always prone to urinary to like those sorts of problems? And the singer in the band, was he always getting kidney stones? Is that what like were you always a tea drinker? Like, how did this really inspire you? Was a loved one into this? Like, what happened?
Yeah, so I was kind of always into, not always, but I did drink tea. Like as a little kid, I just always remember there being tea in the house. I grew up in Colombia originally, and over there, people drank coffee and tea a lot. So my parents always just had tea in the house. And I liked it because of the health benefits. And I was always just into health and wellness because I was like a chubby kid in my youth. And then I started like really going the opposite direction and reading a bunch and learning a bunch, and then it just kind of shifted my life completely, and everything was just like healthy, organic, natural, nothing processed. So I was always drinking tea like in my teens and early 20s. And then when I discovered this tea, I just liked it better because it had no caffeine and it turned blue. So it just the blue color made it cool to just drink it at night. And friends would always ask me like what was I drinking, and I would combine it with stuff. And if there was UV lights, it would look even more blue. I don't know if you've gotten to see the blue color, but I have the a cup here, and you can kind of even see it slightly
Yes.
at the
Yeah.
top. With the
Yeah.
flashlight, you see it a lot better, so you can kind of see
Oh, yeah.
that.
Isn't that cool, you guys? If you're watching this on YouTube, if you're just
Oh, it
listening
is.
to it, just go look at the YouTube just so you can see the color. It is amazing. I did see it personally because as you can see, my bag's already opened. I've had 2 servings.
Yeah, I noticed. Good, good.
So,
I'm glad.
what
And
have
then what got me like so in love with it was I started giving it to my family, and then it started helping my dad with his knee problems. He said it helped him with his gout. His foot pain that he had from gout was starting to go away. He started losing more weight, and also my grandmother, she had pre-diabetes, and her doctor took her off metformin. And the tea, I've read a bunch about it, and it's also good for diabetes. So it also those antioxidants also inhibit oxidative stress, inflammation in the pancreas, so that helps to improve insulin sensitivity. So it just helps to lower blood sugar levels. That's why they also drink it as a natural remedy for diabetes. And so all these things put together, I just decided like more people should probably know about this tea because I'm sure it would help a lot of people out there. And I never really suffered like repeatedly from the urinary tract infections. It was just that one time like 11 years ago, and then I never really suffered with that again. I just always kind of like drank the tea regularly to avoid it from happening again because it was so painful. I thought it was a kidney stone, but then I found out it wasn't because people tell me now that the pain of a kidney stone is not really when you urinate. It's like you're gonna feel it in your like lower back, like where your kidneys are. I haven't really felt that, so it wasn't a kidney stone. And my friend didn't really suffer from kidney stones either regularly that much. It was just like that one time, and he was so young. He was like 24 years old. Afterwards, never really had that again. But that whole amalgamation of like experiences with the tea and hearing so many people ask me like how they've never heard of it before, that's what made me decide. And also like I've been drinking it for so long and nobody was like telling other people about it, and I always thought probably someone will end up like making a company and sharing this and getting it into Whole Foods, and years passed and nothing. So then, like 4 years ago, I just thought, COVID was happening. It's like 4 or 5 years ago. And I decided to just quit my job. And it was like perfect timing, kind of, because I had already thought about the idea so much that I was like researching and I had like the name and we were working on the trademark and the website. And I just thought like screw it, like Richard Branson says, let's do it. So why not, right? Nobody else is doing it. Nobody else is talking about this incredible tea. So why not us? Why not us? So that's kind of where we started.
I love that. So, where do you think your entrepreneurial spirit came from?
That definitely came from my parents because they have been entrepreneurs since forever. They started a company like in their 20s, and that became the company that like they have been working on since forever. So since I was a kid, I would go to their factory, and they have a clothing business in Colombia. So I would go to the factory and I would just see them with all their employees and working on the computers and Excel spreadsheets and vacations on the car for 20 hours driving from Florida to New York, talking about like the business and ideas. And we would always just be like talking about like I would always hear their conversations. So it just all got kind of like infused into me. And I always wanted to be an entrepreneur, even though at the time I wasn't like I was just working a regular job, and just wanted to do the music thing. So the music thing for me was always like the passion, is like the dream that I always wanted to achieve, which I still kind of do. But now I have like this as well. So I always had the entrepreneurial bone because of my parents, and then eventually I just kind of started picking it all, putting the pieces all together.
I love that. So, there was no fear. You trusted God the entire way. You're like, I'm going to do this, even though it might be scary. I'm just going to put this out there because it's your baby and the packaging is beautiful.
Thank you, and yeah, I didn't really, I don't know, I didn't people have asked me about that, like, were you afraid that you were gonna fail or something? And honestly, like, when I look back and I remember, I didn't really have fear. I felt, like, excited because I was like, "There's no way it's gonna fail." I always had this thought in my head that, like, I just knew it, like, 100% that since the tea helped me and it's, fluorescent and stuff, and it's got all these things to it, like, I knew people would enjoy it, so I didn't really have much fear about it failing. I thought like, yeah, like it would be hard and everything, but I knew that with hard work, like I was gonna make it happen no matter what. So it didn't really daunt me. Like I wasn't really afraid of failing with it.
I love that. And where do you find your Palo Azul? Where do you find your trees? Obviously in Mexico, but is there a certain farm that you guys use?
Yeah, so we get it from a natural reserve in Mexico, which is in Guanajuato. And in the beginning, we had a different supplier that was also organic. There weren't like many certified organic suppliers. So that was like a tough part in the beginning, just calling and getting samples. I tried a bunch of different ones, and we ended up going with one of the ones that was certified organic. But they weren't able to like cut it a certain way, and it was just like many issues with that supplier. So thankfully I ended up finding another one which was amazing, and I ended up visiting last year, and it was like such an incredible experience. It's like a natural, it's just basically like going into the woods, and there's like horses and animals and cows everywhere and flowers and bugs everywhere, and it's just like such a cool like place to be in because it's just your no Wi-Fi, crystalline pure water, and it's just like heaven almost, like just when I was there. And learning about the plants and the animals from the owners was incredible as well. So that became the place that we chose to continue working with, because not only do they care so much about Palo Azul, they care so much about like the world, and they got wildlife friendly certified for that reason. So in Mexico, they're the only, and I'm pretty sure they're the first and only certified wildlife friendly certified like supplier natural reserve, because they're just trying to like pioneer the sustainability movement in Mexico. So that's where we get it from, and that's where we got the USDA certified seal and the wildlife friendly seal on our product, thanks to that place.
And where can people buy it today? Go to your website, I know that.
Yeah, on the website we have it on Amazon. Also, in we have a store locator, so you can look in the website at the store locator to find stores near you. If you're in the LA area, this is like where we have the majority, because I'm here, so I go to a lot of stores around this area. So some of them are Era One, Lassen's, Lazy Acres, Bristol Farms. We
And
just got
so
into vitamin shops, so in like a month or 2 months, it'll be in vitamin shops all over the US. So that'll be a cool new step.
so you want everybody to know what your tea is, you don't you, in the next couple years? You wanna be a household name, don't you?
Yeah, that's the mission. I'm trying to share the magic with the world, Elizabeth. I would love that. I think that the whole world knows about things like green tea, yerba mate, kombucha, coconut water. Back then, like people didn't really know about some of these things, you know? And there's just so many incredible plants in the world. I think like, butterfly pea, hibiscus. You like a lot of tea, so I'm sure you've heard of
Yep.
hibiscus, butterfly
Yeah,
pea.
I
Those are
have
other
both of those in my drawer.
Yeah, I love those. Me too. And I combine them with my tea, and it might take the blue color away sometimes, but it's nice to have like different combinations and different flavorings and stuff. So I think that there's just like, again, like there's so many incredible plants in the world, and this one is just kind of like neglected and unknown-ish, and it's crazy. It's crazy to me. So that's why I just love telling people about it, and I love being here in LA. There's so many opportunities to share the word with people, like at wellness events, communities, and things like that. And that's where I spend a lot of my time, just telling people about it. And it's just fun to do it, because when I show people the fluorescence, usually it just puts a smile on their face, or they have a lot of questions and they're like, oh my God, like it turns blue. And people just, it's funny. It's just funny watching their reactions a lot of times.
Well, and I think that we're living in a time right now where so many people are health conscious, right? The young people aren't drinking as much as like my generation did. They're all trying to have better health and exercise. Don't you agree?
Absolutely. Here in Los Angeles, you see that a lot, actually. Like a lot of these events are sober events. There's no alcohol. People don't even want it. People don't really even miss it that much, because when you're aligned, or when you're with people that are similar in that sense, like nobody really feels like they need the alcohol. It's like when you drink alcohol and you go to a club, it's almost like to become someone different, you know? Like you're going there, and so everybody's doing that because everybody's like getting plastered and hammered, and it just gives you an excuse to go crazy and do things that maybe you normally wouldn't do. But people are being their true self here, because that's what they feel like it's the right thing to do. And there's many other alternative beverages that you can drink. It doesn't have to be a toxin, a neurotoxin that you put in your body to feel good, you know? So a lot of people are realizing that alcohol is just so destructive for your health. So it's not worth it. Like, why put that in your body when you have so many other options, and you can just be yourself and have fun being yourself, you know?
I love that about Magic Tea. So are you going to be doing events all over the country or just in LA? Like I would think Miami would be a hot spot for you too.
I've done some events in other places as well, and Miami would be the next place actually, because I'm probably gonna end up moving there again because the family's there.
Yeah.
So probably like 1 or 2 years, I'll maybe like leave some brand ambassadors here in LA to continue here, and then I'll move to Miami and then start doing more events there.
I love it, you guys. This stuff is so delicious and it doesn't have caffeine and it's called Magic Tea. Thank you so much, Julian. It's been great meeting you.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you for having me and for asking those great questions. That
Thank
was fun.
you. It was really fun. You guys, if you're going to look to find some of the Magic Tea, I will have the links right next to the description and you just click that and it will take you maybe to Amazon or to their website and you can order the tea right there. And it's really fun. Can kids drink it?
Yeah, kids can drink. It's no caffeine, so kids usually don't have kidney issues or anything. But they can drink it. It's no caffeine. Nothing else is added. So our product is just one ingredient, no artificial anything, and that's the way I do it.
I love it. I love it. Well, I wish you all the best. And you guys, you heard it here. Paula Azul. Now you guys are going to have to run out and get it. Take care, Julian, again. And you guys, thanks for listening. Please subscribe wherever you're watching this and maybe even write me a review. Take care, everybody. And again, thanks again, Julian. Good luck to you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Elizabeth. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Salud.
Salud. Thanks for listening, and please subscribe wherever you're listening to this podcast, or if you're watching me on YouTube, press subscribe. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.